I'm Ruthie, she, they, and I play Sentinel, she, they.
I'm Will, he, him, and I play Moxie, she, her.
I'm Imi, she, her, and I play Amaya, also she, her.
I'm Steve, he, him. I play Ora, he, him.
I'm Sarah, she, her, and I play Freya, she, her.
Hi, I'm Mike, he, him, and I'm playing Eugene Ballantyne, he, him.
I'm Charlie, he, him, and I'm your DM. He takes a step round and he stabs Eskiel straight down into the side of his shoulder and rips the dagger down and kicks him to the floor.
I'm going to run over with my sword drawn.
I'm going to pull all the shadows and cast Chaos Bolt as soon as I get
Okay, the moment that you guys... So the moment, I would say, Freya is the only one that saw the attack, the moment of attack, or the moment that the light went out.
Fucking kill
Everyone else roll initiative if you're gonna act. Or roll initiative anyway.
Can I do something then? Like when I see it?
Right. That's not good.
What were you gonna do?
Is that
I just saw the free.
Can I
inspiration.
guiding bolt?
Yeah.
And blow this go away.
Sure.
Cade.
I would say you can do that. You were the only one that was aware. So.
I mean, I don't have the healing one. That's.
I just want that.
Did you do that?
Oh yeah. Okay.
When are you?
What's your
guiding
initiative?
No, 14. But it's fine, don't worry.
You can still try.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is range spell.
I mean,
And we're also
if you hit him,
I'm high up.
It doesn't matter.
non-lethal.
16.
I want to know everything.
A 16 to hit. Mm-hmm. That hits. You are firing into dim light, which means you're at a disadvantage, I think. No. That's only if heavily obscured, so you're fine.
Yeah, it's still.
Actually, wait. What's the range of light?
20 foot. I think it's 20 foot bright and then 20 foot dim.
Okay, yeah. So they're still in dim light. Because if they were in pitch black, then you would have been at.
Even if we had dark vision.
Yes. If you're in pitch black, you can see as though you're in dim light, and perception checks and I think attacks in dim light have a disadvantage.
Did I hit it, or do I have to roll?
No, that's a hit.
Okay, good, because now he's lit up.
Oh wait, I should have rolled with an advantage with Kade because he was.
No, it's fine. You forgot. Just carry on.
Because Eskiel couldn't see anything. No natural 20.
You can't res him yet, can you?
14 damage.
Very nice.
And the next roll has advantage thanks to a mystical dim light glittering on the target.
Well, that's an Alan.
Okay.
We've got Susan Allen.
So top of the round we have Ora.
Where's Prickface?
I would say after the attack.
No, is it in the initiative?
Oh shit! I don't have a track for him. He's going to be H5.
Because he's a heckin' 5-headed twat.
Pretty well.
Oh no! Take him out.
Just before. So when he was struck with the guiding bolt from Freya, he immediately dropped the knife and stepped back. So he's not within 5 feet of the captain. He's standing with his hands up as you enter initiative.
Yeah.
The fuck.
Yeah, all those shadows pull together, and you see sort of all around the room these sort of little lightning bolts in reds, oranges, greens, purples, and it's just gonna pile in on him. I'm gonna cast Chaos Bolt.
Okay. Roll with that.
You're going to hit this time.
Yeah.
Why with advantage?
Guiding bolt.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah.
Why with advantage?
21
hits.
Cunt. Sorry, I'm really angry. I knew it. That's why he said,
all
oh,
over the
guys.
place.
That's why he said, oh, guys.
You're just gonna nuke him.
Yep. Not really, but so it's a 4 and a 3.
Eskiel's my boy.
I'm gonna go
My captain.
9 points of force damage.
Okay.
How close am I to...
So as he steps back, hands up, and this bolt of writhing black energy just spins through the air, this faint screech to it, and it just smacks him straight in the shoulder, and he stumbles back. And he looks pretty hurt, but he's still on his feet.
How close to a skill am I?
You're all about 40 feet away from him. That's what I said, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'll take my 30 feet to get up as close as I can.
Sure. He's standing, but he's leaning over, and there's just blood just gushing down his left arm. His shirt sticking to his skin. He's like,
I'm going to kill you. Like, you personally.
okay. Anything else, Ora?
That's everything for me.
Okay. Kade's turn.
Does he drop dead?
No, but he did drop the knife initially. He still has a short sword at his side. He looks up at you all with this horrible expression. He's like, I can accept being killed as a result of a moron from the Rust Ring, but his buffoonery actually succeeding is unacceptable. If this mission is to succeed, it will be not because of him. You trust him? He's a liar. Listen to me.
We say that was 6 seconds.
I mean, do I believe him?
I guess you could say, because he's not taking an action, he's just standing there.
You get 6 more seconds.
What's he gonna say?
I really like the idea that all of us just stood there, listened to that, and then just went.
What would he say? I mean, he's been really hurt, so he was not sent here for a fucking coilstone. I've never seen a place like this, nor the last place in all my travelling of the desert. You do not even get given a device like that compass for a fucking coilstone. And he kicks the knife across the floor.
How far away? Towards us, or where's that knife going?
No, just kicks it. He just kicks it away.
No, I just want to know directionally where's it going.
Past Esquil.
Right. So we're gonna
Don't
need
believe
that.
him.
Huh?
Don't believe him that close.
You can roll insight checks on your go if you like.
Cool.
Actually, everyone can roll an insight check. I'm not going to be an arse.
Oh,
Don't worry.
Never mind.
Somebody get that 20.
we're too busy laughing, apparently.
That's a natural 3.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
18 as well.
18.
9.
Okay.
No.
You both believe him in a way that he's like a cornered animal. Even though there's a chance he would say anything, his demeanor and in the way that he's hurt, and the fact that he hasn't said anything for ages, there's some truth in what he's spitting. It's like his last words. It's almost like you doubt that he's lying, and he's only speaking from experience. That he's never seen places like this, and that he would never be given a device from a duke for a cornerstone. Okay, Sentinel.
Hex that fuck.
Okay,
He's getting fucking
the
hexed.
dust crawls up the sides of his legs and clings this faint orange light.
And then he's getting fucking Eldritch Blast in the fucking face.
Okay,
Straight.
he's looking pretty rough.
I don't give a shit. I'm also it's non-lethal. I just want to knock him out. And
Can you non-lethal with spells?
yes.
I don't know if you can.
I don't.
I'm going to let you because it's force
him in the
damage.
Yeah, I think if you could.
So if it's because it's force damage, I'll say it's fine.
Well, I don't know if it's gonna hit. It's a 14.
Sorry, I moved. It hits.
It does hit.
He's wearing a uniform. He's not really got any armor on.
Right. It's if you're saying that I can do non-lethal on, well, I'm gonna give you these separately because of reasons that will become clear momentarily. So it's a 2 on necrotic, 2 necrotic damage, and then 9 force damage.
That was close. If it was more than 2 necrotic, he would have died. So the necrotic hits. Actually, the force damage thumps him straight in the chest. He stumbles back, falls to the floor, and his head knocks onto the floor. And you can see this black sort of fading on his shoulder from the necrotic, and he is out cold.
Oof. Sprite, someone, are we still in initiative?
You can be.
Or can we start moving freely?
Let's stay in initiative for now, Eugene.
Can I finish my turn?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
No. Running to a skill.
Oh, your hex, does it heal you when you knock someone out? Oh, okay.
No, not yet. Not yet. I
No
fucking
worries.
wish. Also, I'm fully healed.
Oh, good.
I'm just checking if there's anything else. Oh, and let's give him disadvantage on charisma checks.
Okay.
Run to a skill. Actually, not running to a skill. Running to the dagger.
You can make it 30 feet across the room.
Running towards. That's the direction I'm heading.
So just for clarity, so they're between the two buildings, the two inner rooms. The dagger was kicked off to the left, so it's like behind the other building. Eskiel is in front of the building. He's like kneeling over.
So I will be running past him because I want to go to the dagger. And as free action to just say a few words.
Yep.
Someone find out if that thing's fucking poison.
Okay. Eugene?
So you said we're about 40 foot away
From the bleeding captain.
And how far away from the... Actually, I'll go towards the captain.
Sure. Are you just going to dash across?
Or are you going to saunter?
Because you can make it...
Away.
Your normal movement, you can get within 10 feet of him. But you
Would
can't.
that be... Oh no, I wouldn't be able to look at the wound properly to see if it is poisoned.
No.
So I'll just double dash to get to him, and then next turn, if no one else gets to him, I'll
Sure.
look.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just by the captain now.
Okay, yeah, you kneel over him. He's still actually, sorry, he's not on the floor. He's standing. He's looking pretty rough, and you see this first gouts of blood, like sort of pooling down his back of his shirt. Moxie.
Okay, he's down, isn't he?
Kade is, yep.
Yeah. There's not really much I can...
Draw on his face.
Time up.
Yeah, I suppose I could... Yeah, try. I could try and make a mess. I mean, don't we need... You need like a healer's kill or something, don't you, to stabilise, don't you?
Yeah, were you at the top of the stairs as well?
I would have been next to Sentinel.
Yeah,
So you're 40 feet away from Eskiel and about 50 feet from Kade.
I can deal with them next.
There ain't really anything. No, there ain't really anything I can do.
Okay, just sort of stand watching like, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, Freya?
I was only 10 feet away, right? So
because you run.
So I'll go to Skill. How is he awake?
He's up, yeah, he's conscious.
Can I look at the wound?
Sure, roll a medicine check. Are you just examining the wound for what purpose?
See if it's poisoned.
Sure, roll a medicine check.
Haven't you got
I will move closer to all the action.
Yeah, are you going to double dash or
It's a
just
spell, and I only
30
have one
feet?
action.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So you're 10 feet away from Freya, who, while she's examining Eskiel's wounds.
Oh, fuck. Piss. That's an 8.
You don't see any poison, and it doesn't smell like any chemicals.
I have plus 6.
Oh no!
It was a bad roll.
I'll try next.
But it's a nasty stab wound.
Okay, I'm just gonna... I'm gonna have no spells after this.
He's not
Yeah,
unconscious,
like a short rest.
so...
I can deal with it. If you don't want to burn a spell.
I mean, she's just sitting there like, she's gonna use it. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna cure wounds.
Okay.
Fuck. I'm gonna be so toothless after this. Okay. 1d8.
Yeah, 1d8. That's full. Or whatever your spell is.
Plus
4.
7.
Okay, yeah. You see the wound through the tear in the shirt begin knitting itself back together and scabbing over. And he takes a breath and he wipes his face with his blood-soaked hand, and he just makes this huge mess all over the side of his face in his own blood. Thank you. And you see in his other hand, he's got his hand sort of in his shirt. Not shirt pocket, his trouser pocket in the back, and he's like holding something in his hands, shaking. Okay.
Guess that's all I do.
Sure.
Paper.
Ahmaya? If not, we can come out of initiative.
I just walk closer. That's all I can do.
Walk across the room, and we'll come out of initiative. So, Kade is unconscious. Eskiel is no longer bleeding.
when
But he's got
when I have
something
a moment, I
mysterious
have
in his
something
pocket.
to do.
Sure. The door is open for clarity still.
Did the husks get disturbed
Yeah,
by
I was
any of that?
Are you able to see them?
Or can I turn around and look at them?
Sure. They seem they're still down there. They're
They
still
don't
praying.
seem to have
Nope.
noticed.
Okay.
And do a double.
Maybe.
I'll leave that.
I got one thing first.
Cool.
Sure.
Sort of when that is sort of taking on Kay's words, I'm gonna turn to a skill, grab him by the throat, slam him against the wall, and hold the sword to his neck. And with message, answers now.
Roll an intimidation check.
Please don't roll an 8 again.
I'm using inspiration for advantage.
Okay. Nice.
Good.
If I need it, after
Remember, you have inspiration. Keep that as a reminder.
I have one.
Have you?
It's right here.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I just haven't felt the need
Thanks.
to use it yet.
Please let your man have a good intimidation.
I just need to check something. Would you consider this a strength or charisma-based intimidation?
Give
I'll
him
let you do it.
slamming.
Strength. Go on then.
Dirty 20.
Yes! Ashable.
It would have been a 19 if it had been charisma.
Ooh!
There wasn't much in it.
He's got the blood caked in his beard.
He's got a blood cake.
From where he wiped his hand over his face, and he looks you dead in the eyes. He's got these slate grey, beady eyes, and he's like, "All right." And he takes this release of breath, and the tension leaves him, and you feel him sag beneath you. Let me go.
Release the hand on his neck, but the sword is staying 6 inches at most from his throat.
Okay.
I would like to tie Kade up. Not like kinky. Not like hog tie, but like...
Just like bind his hands and...
bind
We've
his
got
hands.
the rope to do whatever
We've
you
got
want.
like 300 feet of hemp and rope.
Okay, yeah, you can do
Is he
that.
stable? Or is he...
Cade is unconscious and stable, yeah. When the non-lethal is immediate stability, I think. They just don't take death saves. So, actually, that's a point. He's going to become conscious at some point. Yeah, so you can start tying him up. That's fine. And we won't make you roll for that if you're going to spend a bit of time doing it. In the meantime, Eskiel swallows and he pulls his hand out of the back of his pocket. And he places on the flat blade of your sword, just a piece of card. And on it is a really crude sketch. Some talented artist that's sketched out a picture of a family. And he says, Curie, Dane, Cyan. It's my family. I didn't lie. Gaspar has them. He sent me here to find something special. But it ain't no core stone.
What did he send you here for?
A dead god. Buried in the sands. A living relic, he said. Or at least it was one. I'm here to find it. Confirm its location and leave.
What god?
I don't know. I don't know nothing about gods, other than Erador. And you see the pendant at its throat, which is the symbol of Erador, the pressed flower wrapped in a knot of hair.
Do you have a way to confirm the location? In case you
Compass.
die on the way home?
No.
Do I believe him?
With your intimidation check, you would doubt that he's lying, but you can roll insight if you like.
That's correct. 16.
Yeah, he seems more honest than he's ever been. And he's looking at this photo, and on the blade, the flat of your sword, he takes it off and he puts it back in his pocket. Look, if I die, they die. If I told you all about this a week ago, we wouldn't be here. You'd have fucked off and I wouldn't have blamed you. I haven't got a choice.
You think you can get through here alone?
Of course I don't. So I've been letting you lot do that heavy lifting.
What's to say we don't turn around now? We know how to get rid of the mark.
Then I go on alone.
I told you we would find a way out for your family.
What would they say, though? If they knew?
I don't care. And do you blame me? He looks at you, deep in your eyes. Are you saying you wouldn't do anything to protect her? And he looks at Moxie. Anything.
Why do you think I've been the one backing you up all this time?
I'm sorry I lied. And I've no excuses. But now you know why. I told you about my family, and I'm sorry I lied about what it was I was here for.
What does Kade know? He knows something.
Yeah. He suspected. Said all the shit he yelled at you about compasses and how this is all weird and how we're digging down in places that he's never seen, and he knew something was up. I didn't know how to handle him, and then he stabbed me. So I'm not a leader. I'm a thief.
Well, that much was certain.
Can you put this down, please? I've already been stabbed enough for one day.
I'm just going to consider him for a minute, and I'll pull the sword away slowly, and I'm going to bring back an attempt to non-lethal knock him out.
He looks pretty healthy, you do know that.
Hit the hole.
Okay, well you can if you want. You can punch him in the face. There's nothing wrong with that. Roll to hit.
It's not great.
You miss.
Does he count as prone? But he's on his knees?
No, I mean, I'll let you roll with advantage. It's a bit of a surprise. We're sort of bending the rules a little bit there, but it's fine.
21.
Yeah, that hits. How much damage?
Do 1 second.
You gotta do at least 7.
Wait, what are you hissing him with?
Isn't it just your fists, right?
Longsword.
Oh, right, I see.
Yeah.
I thought you said you
With
punched
the
him in the
butt of
face.
No, I was pulling the blade away and then
Biting him with it, right?
Yeah. 8.
Okay.
You'll be concussed at least.
He looks away as you pull the sword away, and then you just bring up, and like a punch with like the hilt of the sword, like smacks him straight in the jaw, and he's like, fair enough.
Time up to.
No.
He's been honest enough with us now. He's got nothing to lose at this point. He's told us what we're after.
You can't time it out. I'm coming with.
He's gonna be suicidal for the rest of this fucking mission.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think we should be tying him up at all.
Amaya's gonna be watching all of this, and she's gonna be like, we just need to get on, so she's gonna saunter up to a steel, like hold his non-injured side, like link arms, and be like, come on, and like just start walking off.
Skipping?
Yeah, I'm gonna skip.
He holds eye contact with you all for a moment.
Well, I'm trying to.
Yeah. You get the feeling that, you know, this is his line. You get the feeling that, like, at this point, when the moment you said time up, it was like an immediate change in demeanour. And it was like you knew that moment he was going to fight for his life, effectively. or for his family's lives, I guess. And he, as you pull him away, he looks around at Freya and he's like, thanks.
I'm going to call after him. If there's one thing I'm going to guarantee to you, your family are not going to die.
As we're skipping off, I'm going to say to him, like... I'm going to say to him...
Big old promise.
We got ways of doing things.
No, I don't know, don't worry. Don't worry.
What?
But you are skipping. You are skipping.
I am still skipping
Great.
and trying to get him to skip.
He does not skip.
I know, yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying my best.
What are we doing with the other guy?
Oh, I'm getting
He's
to
out.
that.
He's out cold, yeah. He's laying down
I'm
out cold.
going to sit him up against a wall. All tied up, and I'm going to bring him to.
He won't become conscious for 3 hours.
For 3 hours?
Yeah.
Your man's staying here.
You Eldritch Blast him.
You can heal him, but he's...
No.
I'm not wasting the spell. I have one more spell.
3 hours. We know where we fucking left him. It's fine. Do we want to
out.
just off him?
Can we? No!
Stick him in the middle of the husk.
Can we
and see what happens.
just tie him to a statue?
You offended the cleric very badly.
Like, leave him a little bit of food, tie him to a statue.
I mean, fine, but I'm just
Get him
saying
on the way
we
out.
might not come back this
Like a
way, and then
fucking
what you're
dog
leaving
outside
him
a
is to
convenience
fucking.
store.
You're gonna leave him to starve, or do you rather he had a quick death?
I can give him one of like the experimental jelly beans.
Yes.
He's out.
Correct.
He is unconscious. He can't eat anything.
I know, but after a few hours, it might sustain him for a little while, I suppose.
I am content to leave him here, and if we come back this way, we'll come and get him. But I will say that if we leave him here, and if we go out a different way, he's fucking stuck because I'm not untying his legs.
While this is happening, I just say to Askeel as I'm skipping along, you're safe with me because where I'm from, we play fair. So keep skipping.
He doesn't know what you mean, but he's like, all right.
I know he doesn't. Also don't know if it's factually true, but I feel like it is.
Sure.
As far as Ahmaya knows.
I mean, could you do anything to bring Kade back? Just a little bit.
I can heal him.
It's a little bit of not death.
Just a little bit of a life.
I can heal him or I can
medicine?
slap him. Until he
You can
wakes up.
stabilise.
Is that it?
You say you slap him.
He said he could heal him or something.
Oh, I see. I was going to say. I don't know if that's going to heal
I don't know
him.
if slapping him would bring him round.
No, he's effectively stable for 3 hours, and then he'll.
Slap him
Wait,
anyway.
were you trying to heal the captain when you hit him with the hilt of your sword?
Yeah, we'll go with
I
that.
know our magics work slightly differently, but I don't believe that's going to heal him.
You'd be surprised.
No, I'm pretty sure.
I just
My very
walk
limited experience, and I'll just keep going.
I'm just going to start walking after them, and I'm going to get in his head and just message.
In Cade's head.
No,
Oh, in Askill's head.
his skill's head.
I was going to say, my man's out. My man's out. Guys.
Askeel is like not like we've gone like towards the stairs where the husks are, and I'm still trying to make him skip, so he's not where he was.
Oh, okay. All I can is just messaging
150.
Kale. messaging Cade like, sweet dreams.
Please. Please.
I'll just whisper the message. There's always a way, but you can't run. Trust me, I've tried.
Do I notice a change in Askill's face?
Sure.
There's more
And
blood.
he mumbles to himself. Yeah, you can hear him mumbling. He's like, understood.
Understood.
He's concussed, it's fine.
He's like,
Bleh.
understood, Ora.
What? I'm Ahmaya. And I also
Give her
did
another
see-
inspiration dice.
You know, I don't think you've ever told me your name, actually. So,
Oh, it's nice to meet you, Askeel. I'm Ahmaya.
well, I've met you before. You just never told me. Anyway, I don't want to get in one of these holes with you. It's like the spice situation.
Come on, that improved your life for the better, admit it.
Yeah, I'm happy with how things turned out. And he looks around.
Food-wise, ignore this. Food-wise, it was good.
Sure. Give you that.
I'm going to be the last one out, like going onwards, and I will untie Kade's feet. So if he wants to run when he wakes up, if we're not there, or if we haven't been able to move him, he can go.
Okay.
But his hands are staying tied. He's not having his hands.
Sure.
Fucking rude. I'm also taking his knife.
The knife where he kicked?
Yes.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah, I
good
watched
steel
this
knife.
and I just nod at Sentinel.
It's a decent
You didn't
steel
see
knife.
that.
Yeah. It's a dagger. It's just a normal dagger.
Another dagger!
Not the dagger, just to untying the feet of her.
Yeah, no, Sentinel took his dagger as well.
I'm just going to check the wound.
On,
So I got myself.
did you take a wound?
No, the abdomen.
Oh, right.
The wound, not the wound.
Yeah, it seems unchanged.
Okay,
But your bands are the same as they were.
cool.
Okay.
Tell everybody.
So you guys are going down the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you moving down the stairs?
Skipping.
Downwards.
Because of the husks that are still
Rolling.
there.
Quietly. Yes.
Falling.
Yes.
Sneakily.
Okay.
Silent.
What's the marching order? Amaya and
Well,
Eskil at the front.
we're at the front,
Yes.
apparently.
I'm behind them, probably.
Okay.
I will be
unless
at
you
the
want.
back because I am conflicted about leaving a very injured man in the dark on his own.
Just leave a torch.
So you're at the back, and then in the middle are you guys?
Yeah.
So
I'll probably
I'm
be
at
near
the- I'm
Sentinel
at the
because I
back.
walked out with
I was
her.
one of the last ones because I didn't want anyone to see me untied.
Oh yeah, so you're at the back
Oh,
with Freya,
okay.
and then
Oh, you didn't want me to see that.
If you did, it's fine, but I will have just said, nobody saw that.
No, I just nod.
okay, Moxie, you in the
Yeah,
middle.
that'd be in the middle, yeah. You
Cool.
Safety in the middle.
As you make your way down the steps, and you can roll stealth checks for me, please. It is in a dimly lit hallway.
Mate, seriously.
Oh, for God.
That's finally going
They
to
know
be
it's disadvantage.
I'm just going to say the 2d20s I rolled, I got a total of 5 between them. And it was a natural 1.
Yeah.
Ooh. Anyone else?
19.
8.
Okay,
16.
17.
it's fine. Okay.
19 as well.
Okay. You make your way down the stairs,
Clunk, clunk.
and Amaya, you step on.
Squeaky dog toy.
Yeah. Wait.
Skills.
Oh, how did Eskil do?
You keep. Oh yeah, good point.
He escaped them.
He did okay. He got 11. You making your way down the steps. They're solid, well-worn, like polished steps, and one of them you step on makes a hollow sound.
Oh, no.
Like wood. Can you roll a dexterity saving throw, please?
Oh no.
No, I would like to not do that.
A 7.
7.
Okay,
Stop asking us to do things, Charlie.
Yeah.
Stop.
your foot falls through the step. So does Eskil's, but I've got to make him roll. He fails. Your feet both fall through the step. You take 2 bludgeoning damage as the stairs slot flat into a slide,
Super fun, happy slide.
and both of your shins slam into the edge of this hole in the steps. You hit the floor, and all of you slide down 30 feet worth of stairs.
Well, all of us.
Yes, at the husks below.
Oh, boy.
All of
Wow,
you,
my sword's still out
you
of my
can
skill one.
you can make either actually dexterity saving throws again to try and slow your descent,
Or.
Die.
or you can not, and you'll hit.
Another option.
Hey.
That's better. 20, but not a natural.
Okay, that's a save.
Sexy 21.
Success.
6.
Fail.
Oh no, baby.
11.
Fail.
Not unbreakable.
12.
That's a success.
Sweet.
7.
Eskil. Eskil.
Oh, my boy! He failed.
Oh, he doesn't need that today.
And you each take only 1 bludgeoning damage.
What if we succeed?
You take none.
Sweet.
Still.
As you guys slide down, you're like clambering up. Those of you that succeed
half a
manage to
Moxie's
grab. You grab one of the stones at the side, and it slows your descent enough for you to land on your feet. And the rest of you just into this room, and all of the 8 husks are just kneeling around this.
Did someone hit them and get a strike? Did someone hit them and get a strike?
No. They're just stationary.
Turkey, right?
That's Moxie's first hit.
Oh, what?
Unbreakable, apparently.
Jesus.
The slide got you.
And then when you make it in, you can see there is a route through to the left that goes down another set of stairs.
Juicy.
Are there any other
Husks didn't react, right?
ways?
No. Now that you're closer, you can see they're all covered in dust. The roots that they have got, these bone roots of the gnarl, it's far less progressed than any you've ever seen. They're almost normal looking husks.
Is there anything weird about the fire?
No, just looks like a fire, embers
Weird.
crackling.
I think we go
Do
through
we
that
take-
wall.
We go down.
If we see them, no. Do we take precautions?
Well, you want to kill these peaceful husks?
They might be wild like the others, and then we find something ahead.
The wild
We get
house
caught between them.
The wild house seemed to attack us straight away. These ones haven't.
We've come
They haven't
crashing
really-
into
Literally
the-
crashed
They haven't
into
even
them.
looked at us, right?
No, you're like 10 feet away from them. They're all just kneeling with their heads bowed over their hands in prayer.
I get the sense we are moving it ever closer to this dead god, and this is all they can do.
Yeah, am I just
That's
gonna
really
go?
Stuck
Huge.
in. I think
Okay,
they're stuck in. I
Amaya
think
takes off down
they're
the steps.
stuck in worship. Yeah, I'm going. With
I'm not
them.
skipping anymore though. I've kind of realised that maybe it was a little bit dumb.
Eskil
Yeah, you're doing roly poly.
Eskil rubs his knee
Can't
after you go off, like he's
yeah.
been- he's
Let me
uncomfortable.
know if it turns
skipping.
into a slide.
Yeah,
I shout to Amaya, "Why have you stopped skipping?"
We look out.
It'll
for
come back
footsteps.
soon.
you can. Roll a perception check.
Oh no, but I want to go down the slide again. Ruthie, not Sentinel. We're going down the slide again.
13.
There doesn't seem to be any steps like that. It's when you look back up, it's kind of clear from this angle that the wood was covered in dust, so it was definitely masking it as one of the steps. But it doesn't look that way. And as you look down, it's dimly lit from the fire behind you, and it branches off left and right at the bottom of the next set of stairs. It's about 15 feet down, and then you can either go left or right.
Where did you fly to in your vision?
Where
I
did
just
you-
went down.
You went down basically at the husks, yeah.
Do any of the two forks? Do any of them look like they kind of go like down, or do they go straight?
Both of them go down. If you guys have all walked down, or then the one to the right is pitch black, the area to the right. To the left, there's a very dim light that's bouncing somewhere down the corridor, and you can sort of feel a faint flow of air coming from that way. Yeah. The stones here are newer, they're quite well carved.
I think we go to the one where there's the slight wind and the slight light.
Yeah,
I think we might find more husks there.
Okay, you're going
I
left?
think we follow the husks.
Yeah.
I can send Ansel down the other one if you really want it.
It's up to you.
Can he see in darkness?
No, we had to light up his tail last time.
Oh yeah, of course, I remember.
Once you say that, I'll just boop him on the tail.
Cool, yeah. His tail lights up like a feline firefly, and he hops
Skips, you mean?
skips down the stairs to the right into the pitch black.
Whichever one we're not going to go down.
So you said you were looking at the lit one, which
Yeah.
is the left. So he goes into the black one, which is the right.
Ansel immediately gets squashed.
Ansel nice.
As he descends these stairs, you can see the stone even newer, and then he reaches a flat corridor after about 20 feet or so, and the floor and the ceiling and the walls all have these sort of cuts in them, like a sort of mad carving, like really abstract images made of lots of sort of feathered mad cuts at the rock. I would say roll a perception check for him.
8.
He can't quite make out what it maybe there's a shape, or maybe these cuts are making some sort of pattern, but he can't make it out. And then ahead still, he finds a door. It's sealed. It's an old, flat and featureless door, and it is closed.
A stone door, or
yes,
no stone door. Okay. I come out of Ansel Vision, and then there's a door at the end of the corridor down that way. Don't know if you want to go the other way first and check that one out, but there is a door.
Should we send Ansel down the other way?
Yeah.
Might as well. We can take a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
Bouncing back to me.
I forgot that I casted this spell.
Bamf him back, and then you send him off again.
Send off the other way, yeah.
Whilst Ansel's doing it, can I try to ascertain the smell of each corridor? Not corridor, but each sort of route.
Sure.
Each walk. Smell to one.
There's a smell. There's an overwhelming smell, only to your sensitive senses.
I mean, yeah, he does have advantage on perception checks that rely on smell.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say there's an overwhelming smell of smoke that comes from behind you, from the brazier where the husks are praying. You roll a perception check.
Are you Gandalfing?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. Follow your nose. Perception, do you say? Mm-hmm. I believe that'll be a 17. No, 16.
The smoke's definitely at the forefront of your senses. You can possibly smell something under it that's almost perfumey, a bit like sandalwood, but you're not sure which direction it's coming from. The wind might be carrying it up from the left. That's as much as you could deduce, really. And is Ansel going left?
Let's go down the other corner.
Sure. So he pads down. Doesn't need the light as much on this one because as he moves down, it's dimly lit. It moves down a 50-foot set of stairs. It turns right down a 20-foot set, and then right again, still going down. It another 50 feet, and then at the bottom is a room. A small landing, a small little nook of a landing with a mural on the far wall. It's almost like what you would call it's like almost like a fountain type structure. And as he looks up at it, it's clearly some sort of mural or depiction and a sculpture of some sort made out of glass.
Okay.
Yeah.
While he's doing this, the husks from stood fairly close by, within 60 feet basically. Kind of divine sense.
Sure.
Location of any celestial fiend, undead, anything that's affected by the hallowed spell.
Sure. Can you differentiate between them?
Yeah,
you
I
would
can
know
sense anything affected by the hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend or undead.
These have they are undead, effectively, but it's not
an active undead.
It's almost like they're not quite undead. They're not quite living.
I get the sense that they are, for want of a better word, they are
stuck.
Yes, they are perpetually worshipping, and they've just been here and they will continue to be here whatever this is down.
I could try something, maybe. This might be very stupid.
I would leave them be.
Yeah.
I concur.
Ansel, while he's down there, you also see a chest that's covered in dust in the corridor. But other than that, it's just a landing with a small chest on it. And this opulent mural.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, out of Ansel Vision, bouncing back. And then, okay, so there's a chest down the bottom of that way, and there's this mural, and then I try and make a copy of it with minor illusion. So that,
Sure.
So everyone can like see what.
How big is the minor illusion?
No larger than a 5-foot cube.
Okay, so it's a mini version of it.
Yeah, mini version.
Yeah, so because it was about 15 feet square, and you see this 5-foot floating mural. It's like a pyramid of shapes. At the very top, you see 10 opal amorphous spheres, and then like oval shapes, and around them there are spindles of darker glass. Below them is a layer of this glass falling like liquid. It's all quite complicated and strange, and in a small form it's kind of difficult to deduce what it could be.
Freya, do you recognise that?
Do I reckon?
Or you can roll an investigation check if you like.
Nope. 8.
Not maybe if it was larger. You might maybe if it was
So
larger.
it's not immediately obvious from her vision.
No, she didn't see this. No.
Would I be able to assist if I suggested the 10 beats at the top could be the unworshipped?
Maybe.
Do we want to just go down and look at it?
I mean, there's also a chest down there, and that could be fun.
Chest. Ooh.
I agree.
Okay, you guys going down?
Yeah.
Let's go touch some chest.
Okay, you descend the steps.
Ahmaya.
You follow in Ansel's footsteps. You make it to the bottom of this. You see this 15-foot square mural. And as you approach, you can see this like I said, a pyramid of shapes. At the top of these 10 ovals made of opal. And there's around them these spindles of darker glass that coil into hollow spiral shapes, like small birds. They surround these 10 ovals. And below, on the layer below, the glass from that upper layer falls down like liquid opal onto a surface where it merges into one and then falls again. This time onto the floor, where it pools like the base of a sculpture. And within that one last sort of cascade of glass, kneeling on the floor, within it is an amorphous, vaguely humanoid shape. Kneeling. Like someone kneeling in a waterfall of glass. Yeah. What do you guys do?
Touch it.
And when you say that,
Are you for real?
You touch it.
Are you touching it?
It's cold.
Well, yeah, because I kind of want to be like, ooh, what's that?
Yeah, it's cold glass. It's beautiful. It's that same glass you've seen a few times now. The same glass that the table was made out of above.
Same glass that we've seen before, guys.
Cool. Where's this chest?
It's on the floor in front of you. You can see this chest. Above it, there is a hole in the wall, almost like it's shaped like a large chess piece, like a hole that's designed for a large chess piece to sort of fit into it. And there's a chest beneath it that's old.
Should we try and open the chest?
should we
Not
check
without
it
that
to see if
set
it's
piece.
booby
Is it
trap
a mimic?
first?
What are you guys doing?
Is it a mimic?
Maybe.
Is there can I look for any slots to put in the coilstone shard?
Sure. Roll a perception check.
Not investigation, because I'm...
Are we
Go for
likely
it.
to be here for 10 minutes?
Investigation...
Can I
suppose.
start
You
ritual
can.
casting
25
detect magic?
investigation.
You don't see any slots for coil stones. What you do see on the mural is that written in a flowing script on the top of each of the 10 opal spheres appears to be a name of some sort, like a label or just a word, and each one is different.
Or a god.
You can't read it though.
Do I recognise the language?
If Moxie points it out, maybe.
Yeah. Have you seen all these spheres I got? Can anyone read these words?
I guess you'd have to sort of climb up as well onto it, like looking around.
I'll
this.
do the mage
Yeah.
hand, the mage hand will point out all the words.
Yeah. You don't recognise the words. You do know that they're in Signura, which is an ancient language.
It doesn't match the
Primordial on your guys'
ring. It
sheets.
doesn't match the ring.
No. I don't think.
Okay, so I'm going to think of Aranar's words, and I'll take the pose before the mural. I'll take the pose like the husks, sort of on knees, praying, and think of home, the family, and sort of that love that I'm doing with this for. Remembering that he said to offer undying love. And I think of Ali and our child.
You wait for a moment. You just listen. And you wait. And listen some more. And try and listen past the faint sound of a breeze. And then you're like, wait a minute. And you look up and you feel that breeze on your face and your hands as you kneel down. And it's coming from underneath the mural.
There's something behind here. I can feel the breeze.
Is there anything we can move?
Chest?
There is the chest, there is an indent in the wall. That, like I said, it's sort of for a large chess piece.
Is there anything, can we take the next, 10 minutes is your usual standard to investigate this room for that chess piece?
Sure.
Otherwise, I'm guessing it is in the other side that we didn't go down, because that seems legit.
I'm just going to look for any sort of gaps, sort of if it's a door to open, push, prise open, anything.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are taking 10, you'll
19
know.
investigation.
Nice. So you're pretty sure that there's something behind that mural now that Ora's pointed it out. And over the 10 minutes, you open the chest, gingerly at first and a little bit worried. As you open it, it's felt lined, and inside is where. It's not that. Inside is a small hollow made out of shaped felt, that looks like it fit a small statue, and is empty. But it was definitely held a small statue, and looks maybe like a similar shape that would have fit in the indent in the wall.
Does that make anyone else worried that somebody else has been here?
Smite attack magic rituals. Enter.
Go, yeah, sure.
You taking 10 minutes?
You can see an enchantment aura around the hole, the chess piece shaped,
talking to me then.
or like small, the small statue shaped hole, and beyond the mural, you also detect a faint spark of divine or divination magic.
Should we try using the small... Do we still have those 2 statues we took a few days ago?
Yeah.
I mean, it's no harm,
Can
I
we
suppose,
try
to
one?
try that.
You try?
Yeah.
Okay. Who has them?
We've got one each.
Yeah.
I gave them back after I worked out what they were.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys take out both of the statues, you hold them up, you're like, they look a little bit worn, a little bit old, but one of them you're like, and you put it in, maybe, okay, no, that doesn't fit. And then you take the other one, you're like, okay, and it slots in. And there's a shudder, and the mural unlocks, silently opens ajar. And the breeze wafts through. You can smell the incense, the sandalwood and spices that you just caught earlier.
Underlay. Freya. Stealthily, gently. Fast.
There's magic.
Stealthy Aretha.
Okay, you open the rest. It's sort of opened ajar, and you pull open this giant mural. The whole chapel, when you open it, is made of this ethereal glass.
So it's a chapel.
It looks like it. It's very similar to the one that you saw in the first tomb. It's only 10 feet square. There's a single worn cushion on the floor before an altar, and on which a small statue rests, in a similar size to the ones you already have, and that's what has this faint divine or divination magic from
Does
it.
it look in much better nick?
It looks pristine, yeah. There's a scattering of opals and pearls next to it. The statue is similar to the eroded ones you took, but this one is in much better condition. You could look at it in detail if you like.
Yes, please.
Okay, who's going in? There's only room for about 2 people.
Me.
Okay.
Looking around the rest of the room.
Around the chapel or the where you are?
Yeah, just around the chapel. Just
Okay.
sort of
I would
taking
like
note.
to invite Freya to come with me.
Okay. I
be
mean,
like
Aura's
if-
probably tall enough to look over the Freya.
But if you don't want to, you can stay outside. But I feel like you'll enjoy this.
I'll come in, I guess.
Sure.
I'm gonna stand by the door and just be like,
So, Aura, this chapel is definitely similar to the one that you saw in the first tomb. It is ancient. It's the little altar and the cushion are obviously new, and the floor has been paved and carved in stone, the same stone that makes up the tomb. Yeah, what are you guys doing if you're in the chapel?
Can I look at the little
Statue?
guy?
Sure. Do you pick it up?
Can I look at it from
Yeah.
afar to start with, see if I recognize it?
It's in great. There's so much detail in this compared to the one that you have, and this one depicts a man in long robes, reminiscent of a raincoat. His hood is back. His face is featureless, just an oval, flat sort of featureless oval, and over his shoulder he holds a rope of what look like fish.
I pick it up.
Okay.
You die.
Yeah, you pick it up. It's got a faint divination magic to it.
The ones that we have a faint divination magic to them. Okay.
Can I compare it to the one in the door?
Sure. It could be that the one that you had was similar, but it's so eroded it would be impossible to confirm, but it could be.
So it might be that this is the...
I want to look at the rest of the room.
Yeah, I want to...
Intently.
Okay.
I'm investigating the rest of the room while she's doing that.
Okay, sure. You both can roll, if you like, investigation.
Thanks.
Does the sigil look anything like the one we found in the other place?
On the mural?
Yeah, the mural.
You reckon it's the same language?
Yeah.
On the tops of the opal, on the tops of the ovals.
Is like the design anything similar to when we found the other sort of chapter?
The language on the mural, was that?
Just the design in general.
Oh yes, it is 100%. Yeah, it's made of the same ethereal glass, the strange color shifting glass. What did you guys get?
17.
18.
Nice. Yeah, to be honest, there's not really many places for people to hide anything. You think that this is his or someone's old sort of worshipping room, I guess. There is 300 golds worth of these opals and pearls on the side.
Nice.
And not much else. The cushion, it looks pretty recently used, and there's not much dust in here.
Recently
Ask the cushion the questions.
Sniff the cushion.
We can
Taste
can we
the
take the cushion with us?
Yeah. We can take the cushion.
Ask it
You
questions.
touch it and it explodes.
I feel bad about taking the jewels though.
We could ask the statue nicely.
That's what the clerics say before they take all the gold.
All the golden jewels. I just feel bad. I just feel a bit weird about taking.
I hold it up. Ask him nicely.
Sentinel gets a flashback to like the many times that Moxie has been like with her teddy bear or with Ansel, like, you have to do it, you have to ask him. Please, may we take some of the jewels that have been left in offering to you, please, sir? Like I've put my eyes on. Does anything happen?
You don't hear anything. In fact, Freya hears some footsteps at the top of the stairs, but you don't hear any voices.
I freak out when I hear the footsteps on the top of the stairs. Oh God, is it Kate? Oh no!
I mean, we did take
said
a long
3
time
hours.
going down that corridor.
You guys have been here 3 hours.
For a really good cause, I promise.
If you're okay with it, and if he says it's okay, then we can take them.
There's a guy coming. There's something coming down the stairs.
Then fucking right in your pocket and let's go.
They're behind you.
Oh, behind it. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh, that's okay.
The ones that you came up.
Down.
Let's come down, sorry, yeah.
All right, scoop
hear
them in
that?
your bag. Let's go.
At this point, you guys can see a shadow coming round the corner.
I draw my sword, but then try and get into a really shadowy corner.
Yeah, I was going to say, can I try to hide? Is there anything to hide behind?
Not really, to be honest.
You can hide behind me.
You could hide in the chapel, but only 2 of you would fit in there.
I'm just
hide behind
squashing
me.
myself against a wall. That's
Okay,
it.
everyone roll stealth checks with disadvantage.
What about us?
just
in the
advise-
Are you in the chapel? You can just roll stealth normally then.
Yes.
Oh,
Better.
Oh,
we've got 20 and
4.
17.
19,
11,
11.
14.
17.
Not bad
17.
disadvantage rolls.
I had 9 with disadvantage.
Okay, yeah, most of you pass, so...
I'm just standing there with the glowing sword.
Esquil! What about
oh
Esquil?
my god, my boy! Sorry, I was...
I am the Esquil monitor.
Yeah, he rolled 19.
That's my boy. Love you.
Your glowing sword, that would immediately fail everyone, but...
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Just
You-
quietly shoot that.
But yeah, you guys are being
Don't
quiet
turn it
then.
off.
So you're being quiet, I imagine, right? So you see the shadow coming down the bend at the top of the stairs. They pause, and they turn back, and the sound fades away again.
Is it like regular person footsteps?
A little bit stumbly, maybe. A little bit drunk,
Can I?
A little bit shambly.
a little bit shambly.
We didn't get a view of. It was just sort of shadow.
It was a humanoid shape.
Can I?
Okay.
Would I have time
Oh yeah.
to be able to go a little bit closer to the bottom of the stairs and peek up as they started to turn around? to see
It is
if I could-
50 feet up, but if you were to go up, I would say 30 feet.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. You already rolled stuff. What did you roll?
11. I can roll it again though, because
No, that's fine.
You're just gonna die. Oh no.
Oh my good god.
That one?
Yep.
Yeah!
So they, as you creep up the stairs immediately, and you sense everyone oh my fuck, what is she doing? And you make it halfway up, and you crouch, reminiscent of your time in the forest.
yep.
You listen to the footsteps. It's really similar to hunting game to eat, I guess. And you catch a glimpse of a foot, the front of a foot.
Does it look like a husky foot or a?
It looks like it looks like a husky foot. It's a sandaled, desiccated thing.
So it's not like a human foot.
Maybe once it was.
Yeah, but not now. It's not like if I
And
put
then
my foot on the table.
You caught that glimpse, and then it went back up the steps.
I'm gonna stealthily come back down the stairs.
Okay.
Guys, I think that was a husk.
They're semi-sentient. Either that or they're being controlled by something that is sentient.
Stage whispers, guys.
Sorry.
I'll restart. Guys, that was a husk.
They're they're either being controlled by something or they're semi-sentient.
Yeah.
I think more likely whatever was doing the voice out of it is what's moving it. Shall we grab the money and go?
Do we go back up and go down the next thing?
Yes.
What if
I'm
it's...
okay with this.
I'm gonna say I'm leaving this decision up to you. We're still splitting it between a lot of us. I'm gonna leave and you can make that decision on your own.
I mean, what is a god? What do gods do with money anyway?
What does your god do?
Save people's lives. I'm joking.
What does your god do with donations and offerings?
Blackjack.
An excellent
Focus.
question.
I want to know.
I was about to say whiskey.
If this is the thing, right?
Is it a future armor?
Someone had enough reverence for their god, whether they are a dead god, a graven, or one of ours, to leave a shit ton of shit and if someone else respected it, whether you agree with their religion or not is now the question, because it's still the same belief. You'd do the same thing if you were in that kind of situation.
Being morally
But if you think it's okay, I really want it, but I don't know if it's right.
How old is the money?
Well, the gems and the...
It's opals and pearls, yeah.
Maybe we should leave it then.
We can come back if he pisses us off. Deal.
I hugged the thing.
Oh, if I hear this, can I say, can you bring me back when I can do something with it? I can make a robot.
It's just one. Okay.
I can make a robot, did you just say?
I asked him and he said just one was okay.
We'll take just one.
About 100 gold.
About a third of it.
We'll take a third of it.
Do you think it's the prophet?
What, this statue?
No.
Or your man?
The man.
Very possibly.
He couldn't stop the Null, but he managed to stop it spreading by trapping his followers as husks. We've seen husks that have been overtaken by Null, and it's tried on the ones upstairs, but it hasn't been successful. Like, there's something else protecting them.
I think there's a number of possibilities here. I think it could be the prophet. It could be because we don't know how. Because, like, how involved are the gods in, like... Because, like, in some... To metagame a little bit, in some settings, like, gods will just come down and have witty banter.
Yeah.
In others, they are very, like... They won't even speak to that. What kind of level are they?
I mean, you would know, anyone in the Empire would know that the ones above, the unworshipped, they've never associated with the population. They were part of the origination of the universe and the creation of the world.
Apart from the Graven Crisis, when they... That
was the last time they descended.
Yeah.
Which is what I think the Morag said.
Yeah.
The Pantheon's main gods that they worship, and so Juness would be one of them. They're called the Shining Servants, and they're the lesser siblings of the ones above. And they haven't been active members. Like, they're not like active members of society. They don't come down and walk among people. It's very much their communication is through their priests.
Cool. Because it could be that whoever this guy is, because this seems very much to be an area dedicated to one specific dude, it could be that he himself has kept these ones in his temple safe. It could be the prophet. It could just be that the Null's Reach doesn't come here specifically for hallowed reasons or otherwise.
You would also know, because I was describing the Pantheon, which is very much so very restrictive worship in the Empire. The Graven Crisis, though, what you mentioned, and I think Morag said this to you. She said that, like, when they were all killed off, it was because they were mortals that had found out a way of ascending into godhood. And that was why the ones above intervened and effectively killed all of them as their last sort of intervention.
But who's to say that the last intervention of one of the Gravens, the one that's here, wasn't to protect his own followers?
I would like to Divine Sense. Celestial Fiend, Undead. The Hallow spell, 60-foot radius, prevents Celestials, Fae, Fiends, Undeads, and Elementals from entering the area. And that, whatever that was, stops at the top of the stairs and then turn around.
So, say again,
I'm trying to work, are we in a hallowed area, which is what prevented that?
Oh, I see. And because you've cast a divine sense.
Yeah.
You're not in a hallowed area, no.
I get the sense he came down to look for us and then didn't see anything, so he fucked off.
Yeah.
Okay.
I suggest, well, we've got present for you, Ban. Let's bugger off to that other set of stairs. Stealthy. Don't want to piss off your man who's wandering around.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no other way down over the side, right?
Not that you can see. So, stealth checks, please, everybody. There's a disadvantage up these steps because it's actually lit by like these candelabras.
You said yes because you got over 10.
Actually, no, it's dim. So no disadvantage.
It's the first time
you
I've
can
got
roll
double
again.
digits.
Sorry, that's my fault.
I got 2 5s.
Straight rolls.
Straight rolls, cool.
I'm rolling like poo.
Except for Ora, who's always a disadvantage.
No,
Hey, I got 11. Fuck you.
Ora got higher than me.
You got 11 with a disadvantage. I just
Yeah.
got 11.
6.
16.
18.
19.
Oh.
What is it with that sort
Man.
of jungle?
Oh, my boy. Well, this sort of depends on him because it's half and half at the moment.
Do you want me to roll for a skill?
No.
No, definitely fair.
He's our friend.
Okay, so you guys make your way up the steps, up 50 feet, left, up 20 feet, left again, another 50 feet.
I don't remember it being this far down.
Yeah. And as you reach the top, you see the dark area ahead is lit.
Wait, there was a brazier in there that was lit, right?
You reach the top. On your right is the brazier. You still see the husks around it praying.
Same number.
And ahead of you, in the area the dark area that Ansel explored,
Right, got you.
the door is open. And it's at the bottom of the stairs, about 20 feet away.
I think we're being invited in.
Let
Is
us
it the same number of husks around the brazier? Okay.
I want to go in the front, please.
I think we woke someone up.
What are you guys doing?
Yeah. I'll go to
stealthily go down the steps.
Very, very quietly.
Okay. Roll stealth checks again.
Again?
Well, no, that's fine.
Yeah, no, I would like to roll it again.
No, it's fine. It's a good point. It's the same scenario.
I mean,
It's
I rolled a 19.
a dimly lit.
I got a 12.
Okay.
I would like to keep mine. Mine was
My other one would have been a 20.
I would have got a 17. I think basically the same.
Well, as you enter a small, you enter a room. There is about a 5-foot corridor that goes off in both directions. And ahead of you is another door, a wooden one, that is open. And in this room with you, in this sort of in-between room, there is
lobby.
A lobby. There is a husk, a docile husk, standing there, looking in your direction with hollow eyes. He
Good evening, sir.
He looks at you, twitches his ear around, steps back.
Further into the room.
Steps back into the corridor out the way of the following door that goes down another set of steps. Oh.
Those are just gone.
Uh-oh.
Do you want to fiddle with the plug? Well,
I think that will be the connection of the...
not the LEDs. Not the ambiance.
Not the ambiance. Send the ambiance. So he stepped out of the way of the corridor, into the corridor. Hope.
Tease it.
Hope no one's epileptic.
Just my girlfriend, it's fine.
Are the arrows aligned well?
Yeah, I made sure.
Hey, hey, there we go.
So it moved out of the way for us?
I think somebody's waiting for us in there.
They want to see us.
I think they want to see us.
I will open
Want another
the
chat,
door.
maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, you push open the door. It's sort of ajar.
But do you knock?
Yeah, that's a good point. Do you, Dark?
I open it a little bit and then I knock. Hello?
Just echoes.
Right. Inwards.
You go down.
There's no point stopping anymore, is there? Really?
They know we're here.
Okay. Actually, that's a point. You would have seen through this corridor the sort of mad engravings on the walls that Ansel saw. So just before you went into the lobby, you can see in the light cast from this inner door that on both sides it's this sort of grotesque carving in the rock that depicts a man wrapped in thorns and roots that bind him and they rise him up like a grey gnarled tree.
Ew. Like a tree.
A gross one.
Go wood.
Do you want to touch the tree?
I don't want to touch this tree.
Do you just pass it?
Yeah.
I mean, take a good look.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Can I
Is it-
also take a good look? Am
is
I
it
permitted
leaf?
to take a good look?
Yeah, roll a
Is
perception
it
check.
sort of leafless?
Yes, I mean it's more like a rough depiction of a tree shape made out of thorns and roots than an actual tree.
Just check the tattoo.
You want
8?
17.
Yeah.
Okay, with a 17, you see this gnarled looking tree-like thing, but in the back, and this is only in one side, on one wall, not the other, you see a small figure cloaked that watches. His face has strange texture. It's hard to see in the cuts, but he stands watching this figure that's been bound and held up by these roots and gnarls.
Does the tree look anything like a tattoo?
No,
Cool.
you know that well, so.
Yeah.
Does he look like the statue that I have in my pocket?
No, I would say no. It's also it's hard to see. Like the man in the cloak had a strange texture to his skin, but it's all cut and strange, so it's hard to tell. Descending the steps into the next room, you move into a basement-like chamber that extends out 30 feet square. The ceiling sloping down from the top like a roof. There are shining copper candelabras burning at 4 corners. They cast a glow over a quite bare space that's empty, but for 2 rows of bodies that lay covered in gold, beautifully filigreed cloth. Between these 2 rows is an aisle that leads up to a throne made from molten glass, black crystallized in obsidian, upon which sits a heavily robed figure. The cloth wrapping them shifts like in a breeze, and the figure lifts his hood. There's an ancient elven face, his olive skin tight over cheekbones, his eyes yellow and sunken, his brow deep, furrowed. He is old, older than the stones underfoot. He lifts a hand, and the husk at the top of the stairs stands almost to attention in the doorway. I felt what you did at the Numlakium. For a moment I thought my Aranar had not perished, but it was you, wasn't it?
He sent us.
Who are you? Why are you here?
We're searching for answers.
To what?
Our past. Our future.
Being vague is sometimes worse than lying.
I'm not lying.
So he's not lying, but also.
I don't know exactly what I'm searching for.
Who are you?
Fine, I'm tired.
I will take off the ring and hold it out to him.
He's about
Or I'll
sort of 20 feet away from you on this throne.
I'll take it off, hold it up, and as I move to him, and take it to him, and I'll.
He casts command and says, "Halt." Make a wisdom saving throw.
What were you saying, Yumi?
While that's happening, I'll just say, look, well, what my friend here is saying is not a lie. It's a little bit vague and is correct. We have all joined like this big expedition mission because we've all got reasons for doing stuff. Like, I want to cook like full time. So I'm basically getting like money to start my business.
I don't know what is happening, but be quiet.
You wanted the truth. I'm telling you the truth.
Ora, what did you roll?
13.
It's a fail. So
You should have said that advantage.
you are held there for, I think, just...
I think it's a round.
Oh, is it just one round? So he just stops in your tracks.
You might be able to answer.
Not for 6 seconds, I guess.
But
Or you're holding the ring out.
I'm holding the ring out.
Yeah, he doesn't...
You might be able to tell me who I am.
You know nothing about me. You wander my halls. And now you ask me for answers.
You were the prophet.
I
I
am...
told you to dig. You found it. You tried to seal it. It escaped.
I am the last of the graven gods. And you speak of the thing that destroyed my people.
We know it as the Nile.
You are all ignorant. You're clouded and blinded by your empire. How did you find me?
We found the maps. The drawings that people had done. The clues that they had left across this desert. And we followed them. Did we know what we were searching for? No. We did this blindly. Well, most of us did this blindly.
What do you mean, blindly?
We were told we were looking for a coil stone. And most of us are here without much choice. So we're doing what was asked of us. But once we found out what we were really looking for, we just wanted to make sure that the person who's actually looking for it doesn't find it.
There are no coil stones here.
Well, we know that now. We know we were lied to. We know what he's actually sent us for. But
And
he's
what?
not going to get it.
What has he sent you here for?
The body of a dead god.
There are no dead gods here, only me. And I'm half dead.
Well, then that's good news for all of us, because it means that when we don't tell him about you, we're not technically lying.
Who told you about the Nile? Tell me. I'll have not whispers and rumours about my people's death.
She was old. She went by the name of Morag. She wasn't from this place, she said. Somewhere else. Maybe one of the places on the table upstairs.
There's all the places.
We don't know which one.
You know nothing. Your empire controls you all. You know no truth, and this is the way the world will end.
Well then, how do we find the truth?
What do you want to know? You cleansed some of the Nile in the Nunlakium. I will not kill you because of that.
You sit here and tell us that we know nothing. That everything we know is through the lens of the Empire. And that's how we will die. So, What don't we know? You don't have to tell us what we don't know. You just point us in the right direction. We'll go hunting.
I take out the little statue, put it on the floor.
Thief.
To start with, who is this?
You steal from me as well.
Alright.
That is Nuravar. He is one of the ones above, those who were dead during the fragmenting of the origin. Some believe they were pieces of the origin itself. They crafted the bedrock of the world, the magic, the energy, the laws, the walls of each world. And then they created their children, who would build something from what they'd left. And their children were perfect creations themselves. They began like machines. They were pure, shuddering creation, bound only by logic, rules, and laws of their masters. They could create, and they did. They recreated themselves until they were perfected, defined by order and righteousness. They engineered the planet, all planets. And their only flaw was order. They were the Eurekos.
This is not at him, this is at you.
I was about to be like, she's not being rude, she's just
Not being
just
rude. The Eurekos, as in from Stones of a Little Life and a Little Death.
Same word.
Okay, and the Eurekos was, I'm just gonna check that I've written my, they're wandering nobodies, right? Yup.
You see, you are ignorant because you believe yourselves children of the gods. And he looks at you, Freya, and he says that. This is arrogant. This time, the world whittling, the ones above were distant already. The origin races were scattered across the worlds, and the Eurekos themselves remained here in Discordia, in the glass city of Chrysalum.
Book that I found earlier.
Uh-huh.
Cool, thank you. I've not had time to read it yet, right?
History tells us this was not to be. Over millennia, the Eurekos and their children achieved many things, but their focus was on cleansing the worlds of chaos. A cut was made through the walls of the worlds themselves, and from it the edge bloomed into being. The gates opened, the clocks chimed, and the next moment began, and it was not a time of creation. And so the Eurekos could not survive. This was the great unbinding. Now, you know a little more.
And we thank you for giving us this knowledge, though we've done nothing to deserve it. We brought you nothing, you did not need to do us.
You can do me one thing. You can tell me how you found me, and you can tell me direct and true.
We're just really good at what we do.
I'm gonna look at a scale.
We were called here.
By who? By what? I sense something about this.
By a voice in the storm.
A voice. What a voice. In the storm.
We also have this compass. Which is...
Oh yeah, I get out the compass.
And I get out...
Oh, this is scary. I'm not saying anything.
Trembling on.
I've been sick in the corner several times.
Nice. What were you saying, Sentinel?
I was just going to say that I was going to get out the compass and say with this, this not entirely reliable, but it pointed the way. And we found these, and I pull out the artwork that I'd copied. They're traced, but they're not too shabby. And we followed what we thought from this, and I only mentioned one of them, the statue that I had. Say, it's not as in good a shape as yours, so I don't know what happened to its owner.
This was one of my people's.
We found it several days away, weeks, as a show of good faith. Again, for everything you've already taught us.
Well, it is a memory, that statue. And I see you have done your work. But this compass confuses me. What is it? Did you make it? He looks at Eugene. Petite. Enriver.
How very French of you.
That's what he calls you.
Petite and what?
Enriver. Enriver.
His name's Eugene.
Does Eugene know that word?
Roll a history check. This compass is
18.
It's something you've read about in the libraries. It is a word that is connected to the origins of alchemy and artificing.
Oh, fair enough. I was given this as a gift by our captain to look over and potentially try to fix.
What is it?
It's a compass. It tells you where you want to go by following a magnetic the magnetic field of the planet, but also it has more power than that. I think some sort of magic about it and an artifice that
I don't like it.
What didn't you like about it?
A graven is a creation of its own. Things can destroy us, and I don't like it. Give it to me. He holds his hand out. But you're about 20 feet from him.
And what are you going to do with this?
Can I pick up the statue while he's not looking?
I don't think you gave it. Did you give it to him?
Just put it on the floor.
Yeah, you can pick it up. Yeah, sure. Give it to me.
Can I... sorry.
No, go for it, yeah. Sorry, I'm reading notes at the same time.
I was just going to say there was a coil stone in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
How easy was it to access that coil stone?
When Eugene looked at it a few times, it's just like almost invisible. It's so deep in there. Okay. You'd probably have to destroy it.
Never mind then.
He when you argue with him, he sort of switches his persona a little bit, and he looks older and like angry, and he's like, you notice then actually that one of his hands hangs limp. His nails longer than the other one. They're bony looking, similar to the roots.
I don't see the point in us hanging on to this other than it's cool. The only thing it's going to show us is where a graven is. And if they want their privacy, then that is their right.
Yeah.
So I don't see the harm in giving it to him. But that is not... It's yours, so that's your decision to make.
Oh, with that said, I'm sort of trembling at this because this is very scary. I put it on the floor and just take a step or two back. I wanted to study it. It was just for academic purposes. Never mind.
He steps down and he's really frail when you see him move. Yeah, it smells of him. The man who came to us long after the Graven Crisis. He did this. He steps down as he's talking to you. The man who eluded my sight. The man with marbled skin. You work for him.
Does that sound like Gaspar?
Yeah, is that Gaspar? Oh no!
You wouldn't know. He bends down.
Does that sound like what I saw in the room way back in my session 0?
Yeah, it does, yes.
Oh, fuck.
He picks up the compass and he says, in like a rage at this point, here I am, impotent and visionless on my deathbed, coughs. And I forced to seek out the ones above using the god's lantern. And he crushes the compass. And in that moment, his expression changes. And he looks down at his hand, and you guys can see, as the parts of the compass that fall away, there's shrapnel, a hot, like white hot barb of the coil stone that was embedded there, rests in his palm. And he looks at it, and he looks at you, and he's like, a coil stone. And he falls down onto the steps. And you see for a brief moment his eyes light up aflame, and he's taken by something. Like a great hand grips him and he's choking, and then he looks back at you all with eyes glowing an orange internal light as this coil shard just burns brighter and brighter from his palm. And he's like, I can see. And golden threads start spinning around him, through his fingers, and around him like a great veil of dust. And he says, Dustmere, when a tower of light shines above Dustmere, the city will be engulfed by a thrashing sea of hands. A hollow sun shall rise, and with it mark the unravelling of all things. And then he's dropped back down onto the steps. You, and his eyes are still lit. The 6 of you. A coil stone. And he looks down and his hand starts turning to dust.
Can we help you? Can we stop this? What do we do?
He looks at you all, and it's like he has 1,000 thoughts flooding through his mind, given all the words to say, but no time.
1,000 seals.
He's not saying this is me describing,
Okay.
sorry.
Can I get to him?
You can.
I reach out. Lay on hands, cure poison.
It doesn't do anything. You touch his hand, and where you touch his arm, you feel a strange warmth, and as you pull your hand away, the sweat of your palm is just covered in dust. And where your hand was, it's just falling inwards, like dust collapsing. And he looks over all of you. Escape what remains of me. And then he falls into robes, turn to dust. The room shudders around you.
Run.
Do I get a chance?
Run.
Do I get a chance to message before that? Or
Who are you going to message?
the prophet?
Go for it. Just at his remains? Or before he leaves?
Just in those last seconds when I see it happening.
Sure.
The eternal flood draws near. I will fight as I did before. But what? Who am I?
You hear a single reply, one word that's cut off, and Thor, and that's it. And as his robes collapse and you feel a shudder through the place,
Egg it.
Run.
you then, Ora, if the others are turning, from the prophet's remains, a writhing rope of ghostly roots begins writhing and twisting. The dust coils with it. Arms like tendrils loop themselves through his torn sleeves, and a mask of ghostly green, and bone knits itself where a face once was. An old, rusted blade sings dull from a sheath. And one word, just a horrendous grinding of wood and gravel. Null. And you guys see, I'll get them out, but then we'll have to finish.
Oh, it's in the box!
I was wondering what was in the box.
What's in the box?
Oh my god.
Treasure.
You see this boy?
That's what you've done to him.
And
That looks really cool.
at the top of the stairs, the rock starts crumbling. And that is where we'll pick up next week. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.